ओम नमः शिवाय। दोस्तों, आज हम बात करने जा रहे हैं आर्द्रा नक्षत्र जो आ जाता है जेमिनाई मिथुन राशि में। आर्द्रा नक्षत्र, इसे दक्षिण भारत में आरुद्र नक्षत्र भी कहा जाता है। एंड दिस नक्षत्र हैज टू डू विद रुद्र ऑल्सो। वील टॉक अबाउट इट इन द वीडियो, लेटर पार्ट ऑफ वीडियो। एंड दिस नक्षत्र इज द बर्थ स्टार of goddess Laxmi. Goddess Laxmi, Mahalakshmi, was born under this nakshatra Ardra. And one peculiar thing you will observe in all the incarnations of goddess Lakshmi and Vishnu, okay, the couple Vishnu and Lakshmi, okay, Lakshmi has a dispute with Lord Vishnu. They fight, they quarrel a lot, okay. Many mythological evidences we find in the Ram avatar when she's Sita. Okay, they have to, there's a lot of problems. Okay, the fight with Ravana, they're not being able to accept Sita as a wife. Okay, on the question being raised by the washerman. In the Krishna avatar, not being able to unite with Radha not being able to unite with Krishna, this thing. And in the Venkateshwar avatar, in the Tirupati Balaji Venkateshwar, goddess Lakshmi fights with him and comes to Kolhapur, and we have the place Mahalakshmi temple in Kolhapur. So in various incarnations, lot of incarnations of Vishnu, Lakshmi, there's a dispute or quarrel with the husband. And according to DNA astrology, this nakshatra carries the karmic registry or the curse of Shukra, Venus planet. And Venus has to do with like the opposite gender or marital love relationships and all. So these are the nakshatra people born under this nakshatra Ardra. They have to suffer a lot through the opposite gender in marriage, relationships in general, okay. But suffering may be different for different people, okay. The one common way of suffering the Shukra karma, Venus karma, is when the person will reach the marital age, 25, 30. There will be lot of confusion about marriage, okay. The first confusion itself will be whether it is the right time to get married or no. That confusion will be there. The person will be innately burning with desire, a lot of desire for marriage, but not being able to express it, or not being able to find a suitable match for the marriage, okay. Or some or the other delay in making choices, lot of confusion, such kind of things would be there. After marriage, there would be a lot of disputes, okay, and suffering due to the Venus Karak Tattva, love compatibility, emotional compatibility, physical compatibility, may or may not be there, or it will be missing, okay. Suffering will be different. There may be disputes with a life partner. So the way of suffering, nature of suffering would differ from person to person. But suffering through the Venus Karak Tattva, the relation, the husband-wife relation or the lover relation, their person has to suffer. Okay, and there are three nakshatras which have Shukra karma: this Ardra, Chitra, and Shravana. We have talked about a lot about in the previous videos about these three nakshatras and how the suffering is different in these different nakshatras. But this Ardra nakshatra carries high intensity Shukra karma. Means this Ardra nakshatra is the starting point of Shukra karma. It falls in Gemini. First is Ardra, then Chitra, then Shravana. So since it is the starting point of the Ardra nakshatra, its intensity is maximum. Okay, like the glacier, okay. When the river flows, the starting point of glacier, the flow of the river is very fast. So since it is the starting point of Shukra karma, Venus karma, the intensity of suffering, the Venus Karak Tattva, Shukra Karak Tattva is highly intense. Okay. And this DNA astrology talks about, it's a very practical observational science. It talks about like every karma has two phases, positive phases and negative phases. So on the negative phase, as suffering in the relationship, etc., would be there. On the positive side, the person may be very creative, okay, in pursuits of creation, creating something, curating something, art, architecture, designs, some designing, some graphic designing, some animation, some fashion designing, jewelry designing, art designing, or interior designing, architecture. In such pursuits, person will be very creative, and if somehow you select this nature of profession, if you fall under this Ardra Nakshatra category, if your Lagna point, moon, or the 10th lord, career lord, if it goes in Ardra Nakshatra, you find such careers, okay, you venture into such careers, you shine a lot in the career. And one more very interesting thing about this nakshatra I've talked about in my previous video also, but since we are talking about Ardra Nakshatra holistically, this is the wealthy nakshatra and wealth giving nakshatra, in the sense that, as I told you, it is the birth star of goddess Laxmi, and Laxmi is the goddess of wealth. Okay. So our mythological evidences talk about a story when Rudra, okay, Veerbhadra or Bhairava, the Rudra, in the intensity, the intense form of Lord Shiva, chops off the head of Brahma. Okay. And then all the Devi Devatas, they stop talking to Rudra, okay, for destroying Brahma, one head of Brahma. And so it's the Shastras talk about that the Rudra goes out with a begging bowl, okay, begging bowl, and nobody gives him anything. It's only when goddess Laxmi drops a coin in that bowl. He cuts the head of Brahma, and that skull only is carrying as a bowl. So this goddess Laxmi drops a coin in the bowl of Rudra, and then he's called, later on he's called Swarna Akarshana Bhairav, the gold flooded Bhairava. So Ardra Nakshatra, if you happen to cross this people of Ardra Nakshatra for some professional work, some assignment, some project, and by some means they have to give you some sum of money, okay, your life would change. You would go on becoming a crorepati. I can vouch for this with my personal experience also. It has happened to me twice in my life. And the theme also just plays up, like somebody maybe not dropping a coin. In my case, it was like the Ardra person, Ardra Nakshatra native, dropped a check in the check box of the bank and sent me the picture of that, making me a payment. Okay, so he was my client, and from there my life changed. My finances, my wealth went on increasing and increasing. The number went on increasing, and it has not happened once, but it has happened twice in my life. So I can vouch for it. It becomes, if you know astrology, it becomes easy, but if you don't know astrology, it's quite difficult to spot Ardra Nakshatra native. But since it falls in Gemini and in our Western culture, in our Hindu culture, most of us, okay, name the individual based on the nakshatra, so it falls in Gemini. So most of the time, people with Ardra Nakshatra can end up with their name with K initial. And I have also seen, like, many times Ardra Nakshatra native, if they are females, they are named like that on the name of goddess Laxmi, like Laxmi, Renuka. These are names associated with Ardra Nakshatra. If it's male, it could be Shrikant, Shrichand, such names would be there. Lakshmikant. Okay. Okay, any names of the goddess Lakshmi, or in general starting with K initial. They have to do with Ardra Nakshatra, so, or Gemini. So you can observe this for yourself. If Ardra Nakshatra native comes in your contact, monetary, money wise, your graph will go on rising. And once in a month, okay, there's a time when moon passes through this nakshatra Ardra. Even like today is the day when moon is in Ardra Nakshatra, and I'm making a video about Ardra Nakshatra. So it is the best time, okay, for acquiring any siddhi, any mantra siddhi, or some deity worship pertaining to Lakshmi, or any of the forms of Lakshmi, or so you can. I'll be soon making a video like how to please worship there. I've talked about one very rare Lakshmi Shabar mantra. It's there on my YouTube channel. You can check it. It is a very powerful mantra given to me by a great saint. Okay, Lakshmi Shabar mantra for instant wealth. You will find that in my YouTube channel. And Sri Suktam, we know, is a very powerful ritual. And Sri Sukta is a part of Rig Veda, and every Veda has a Devata and a planet dedicated to it. So Rig Veda, the Devata for this is Agni, fire, okay, Rig Veda, and the planet is Jupiter. So on a given Ardra Nakshatra day, every day if you do ritual, some ritual, it gives you a boost, but on every Ardra Nakshatra, if you perform Lakshmi Pujan, okay, Sri Suktam, Lakshmi Shabar mantra, and as I told you, the Devata is Agni. You can light a lamp in front of Lakshmi, fire, or you can perform basic simple homam, okay, or and you can offer mithai, okay, doodh ki mithai to goddess Lakshmi. If you don't have mithai, you can offer milk and some sugar also. That is also okay. And if you get a Jupiter yantra, as I told you, the god of the planet of Rig Veda is Jupiter. If you get a Jupiter yantra, or you yourself can draw a picture of Jupiter yantra on a piece of paper with a yellow sketch pen, and just keep it over there and do the Lakshmi Anushthan. You get siddhi, you get lot of power, you get wealth, whatever endeavors you undertake. Okay. See, karma, we are free for performing karma. Okay. If that yields to fruit, is up to the divine grace. So whatever tasks you will take, you will get success pertaining to money, in the money matters. Okay. So do this, and that was about Ardra Nakshatra. If you want to know more about DNA astrology, stellar astrology, nakshatra based astrology, or Vastu Shastra, you want to learn DNA astrology, or you're looking for good quality gemstones, we are running an offer. Throughout my social media, I have given it. Till the 30th of November, we are offering a 10% discount on the gemstone rings. Okay. So you can benefit out of it. If you want to know more about DNA astrology, you can contact us at Maharishi Astrological Center. Our contact number is 9503596761. Thanks a lot.